Welcome to Life After NaNoWriMo. Whether you hit the 50,000 words or you are a little short, it's time to look at what you've accomplished. If you are in the little minority camp over there of the hating what you've produced camp and just cannot stand to write any more of that book, then don't delete it. Just leave it there. Just leave it. Trust me, because in a year or a few months, you may think, oh, what happened to that book that I wrote? And if you delete it, guess what you can't do? You can't look back at what you wrote and take inspiration from that. Leave what you've written alone. Put it in its own little file on a thumb drive that you will not lose. Do not lose that thumb drive. Or just leave it on your computer because Word documents don't really take that much room. So if you're in the majority and you want to finish your book, cool. This is Life After Nano. Now, the first most obvious step in Life After Nano is to finish your book. I know that I probably have another 60,000 words for my book. Yay. And I'm gonna finish it. If you are just like really tired of your story and you just need a break, take a week off. Like, just take 1 week off. Don't take too many days off or weeks off because then you'll kind of forget where you were at in the book. Remember, this is still just a rough draft. Kind of keep similar rules in the rest of this book that you had during Nano. You don't necessarily have to hit the 1,700 words a day mark, but I highly suggest setting at least like a daily goal. That way you can have like the end in sight. So the second step is to read through this magnificent rough draft. The second you open that document to start reading through your completed rough draft, save it under a different name. Save it under Rough Draft 1 Notes. And then put your Word document into review setting, which means that if you delete something, it has like a line through it and has a comment to the side of the page that says, oh, you deleted this. And it also highlights parts you've added. And then when you want to like go through and see if you agree with these changes, you can do it incrementally instead of just wiping out your original rough draft. Also, make sure to utilize the comments ability in the Word document so that you can be like, ooh, this is missing this. And the third step, you guessed it, you're gonna start off by saving your document under a different name. Call it Rough Draft 2. And in Rough Draft 2's document, you're going to go through all those comments you made in step 2, and you're going to approve or disapprove of them. And then you will read back through your book and make some more changes along those lines. And guess what? Save it, and you have your second rough draft done. And then step 4 is you repeating steps 2 and 3 until you cannot find any major issues, and just keep going up in numbers, like rough draft 7, rough draft 8. You never know how many rough drafts you're gonna need. And then show it to your friends. See what your friends think of it. I mean, honestly, steps 2 through 4 are kind of optional, but they make you look like a much better writer to your friends. And I highly suggest doing steps 2 through 4 before ever even thinking about submitting your book to anything. Trust me, first rough drafts are very rough. They are the roughest rough drafts because it's your first rough draft. By doing steps 2 through 4 until you are physically sick of editing this document will actually help you sculpt your book into a piece of art. And some other little fun non-writing steps you can take during this whole process is you can like brainstorm and or create your own cover art for your book. And this is a lot of fun because if you find like a really striking image that doesn't quite relate to your story yet, you can implement some changes in your rough drafts to better reflect the striking image you found. And another thing you can do if you are just stuck, you're reading through your rough drafts and you're saying, ooh, I just don't know how to make this better, is go kind of create like a wiki page for your book, but on your computer. Don't put it on Wikipedia, people will steal that. I'll post a video probably next week talking about how to create a wiki page for your novel. Those are some guidelines for Life After Nano. It's been a crazy ride. I'm so glad it's done, but If you are serious about taking your book and getting it published, then I highly suggest you follow at least steps 2 through 4. The more work you put into your novel, usually the better the novel and the less that has to be professionally edited. Trust me on this one. But this is Anna with Always Right. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let's get writing. Bye!